return to a familiar setting provides a glimpse of a budding rivalry for UND, and we will recap it for you and more on this edition of North Dakota Hockey Central. I'm Alex Heinert. It is great to have you with us for another check inside the nation's top college hockey program. Coming up, we will get head coach Brad Berry's thoughts on a hard-fought weekend split at Baxter Arena and get to know a UND forward making his second run at life in the NCHC. But first, here's the latest installment of the award-winning web series, Through These Doors.
Through These Doors is presented by Gate City Bank.
What can be done today to create a better way of life? We can end hunger, homelessness, and violence. Acts of kindness, compassion, and teamwork bring us together and keep our community safe. Every day at Gate City Bank, we're building a better tomorrow and a better way of life.
If you get the lyrics right, that's 2 points, and you get a bonus point if you guess the name of the song. Last name ever, first name greatest. What's the next line?
Oh, this is easy.
Oh God, I told you this was gonna happen.
Is it no?
Yep,
Like a sprained ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Forever too?
Yeah, I got the name.
Got a sneaker deal and I ain't break a sweat. Catch me 'cause I'm gone. Out of there I'm gone. How I go from blank.
6 to 23. Yeah, like LeBron. Yeah, I got that too.
Gooch gets 2, Pinot gets 2 because that's the wrong song.
What is it? What song is that?
It's Nonstop.
Oh my God, yeah, Nonstop.
I got that. Nonstop.
Money over everything, money on my mind. Then she want to ask when it got so empty. Tell her I apologize, it happened over time. She says they miss the old blank.
I might get the song.
Okay, Gooch with 3.
Yeah, I did Marvin's Room just as a guess for the song.
Gooch finishes with 8, Pinot with 6.
Yep, there it is.
Music puts the players in the right frame of mind, whether it's pumping guys up or calming them down.
Plays a big part of your mood, and the songs that I put on my pregame playlist, I usually don't play outside of before games. So usually when I play those songs, it's kind of like something clicks in my head, like, all right, it's time to go. You know, just kind of a mental thing, just to help me get ready for the game for sure.
For me personally, just listening to those guys, I don't know, like Drake and, the guys they mentioned, it kind of just gets you fired up and just, you just want to play. I think they have a certain tone to them that just gets you amped. I don't know really how to explain it, but, once you kind of hear them and just the way they rap and just the way they do their things, it's just, you lock in and, it's game time.
The guys have compiled an eclectic mix of songs played after wins in the locker room over the years.
Freshman year was, I think it might have been Have You Ever Seen the Rain? Last year it was Green Light, which was good. I mean, Pooley picked that one. I liked that. This year it's Call on Me, which is like more like an EDM song.
Traditional songs such as In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins became an instrumental part of their UND hockey experience.
you can just feel kind of the energy with all the boys. It just kind of gets exciting and stuff. And then, yeah, I just like, obviously with the tradition of those songs I play before a game, just, I mean, you know, knowing that all those players were listening to those songs before us and getting ready just like we were, I think, you know, we're excited and, you know, ready to get on the ice by that time. Well, obviously Drake is probably the biggest one on my playlist. I have Tory Lanez, Lil Wayne, a little bit of AC/DC in there.
I have my playlist that I usually just quick shuffle, but it's full of like, I don't know, like, have you ever seen The Rain, like Fleetwood Mac, Hall & Oates, Bryan Adams, you know, like just the older stuff that, because I don't know, I usually don't use music to just like pump me up or anything. I just like to, you know, have something to listen to, and I like that kind of stuff.
Taste in music can make for some heated debates, and even more so among a college hockey team. But the guys have fun with it after all.
I mean, Mark Sendon's kind of he's like a country boy from Minnesota, so the whole rap thing, he listens to it, but, you know, sometimes he kind of laughs about it. And then I think Kiers is a bigger rock and roll guy, so, you know, we always say how he was born in the wrong era kind of thing, but
like in the mornings we'll listen to country just because guys are still kind of waking up a little bit and don't really want to be listening to any rap or Drake and stuff. But then when we start working out, Miss Mesh usually hops on the aux and he's got a different taste of music. I don't agree with it, but he likes playing music. He's actually, I don't know, he does play some old stuff, so he's good, but he's a lot into the like, Uzi and Drake and those guys, and I don't know, I don't even know what those songs are. I can't sing along or do any of that, so.
Gooch is the Grinch when it comes to Christmas songs.
Whoa, no.
So we tried to play it in the bubble and he wasn't having it.
Well, because it was like 2 days in a row. Sorry, I was tired of hearing Christmas music every day.
I think the guys can back me up on this one, saying that Gooch doesn't like Christmas songs.
It's just simply not true.
Well done. Thanks to Tyler Hasted, Chad O'Shea, Cassie Niles, and UND's entire Through These Doors team. Coming up after this on North Dakota Hockey Central, we're going back to Omaha to relive a pair of high-scoring, hard-hitting games from this past Friday and Saturday with Brad Berry. Welcome back to North Dakota Hockey Central. Time to check in with UND head coach Brad Berry, who joins us from inside Ralph Engelstad Arena. Brad, thanks for the time today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
This past weekend, you played a pretty intense series at Omaha against the Mavericks team ranked in the top 10. Even though UNO has been a conference opponent of UND's for over a decade now, most wouldn't list the Mavs as one of your chief rivals, but that might change if we have a few more games like the ones we saw this weekend.
Yeah, you know what? Absolutely. I think anybody that's in the NCHC is a rival, you know, being an 8-team league and playing each other so many times. And especially this year, you know, we're playing Omaha 6 times with the schedule that has been changed here and numerous times. But the other part is they're our travel partner, meaning that the last 2 games of the year are usually played against each other, and those usually come down to mean something. So, yeah, it's a rivalry that's growing and building.
Friday night's Game 1 saw Omaha lead 2-1 in the second period before you started to take control. What allowed you to pull away like you did in the series opener?
Yeah, it was just doing seeing things continuously over and over again, what our system and structure allows it to be. You know, I thought we came out with good jump in the first period, and getting that first goal is a key, you know, in each and every game. If you can start with the lead and then keep your momentum going. I think that's a big deal, and I thought we got better as the game went on, and yeah, it was a big win for our group.
You would go on to score 5 unanswered in a 6-2 victory. Even though the offense clicked in this one, the play of Adam Scheel and your defense and penalty kill once again stood out.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we were called upon to kill some penalties there at key times of games, and obviously Adam Scheel was the first forefront as far as making that key save at key times. But I thought overall the penalty kill was very good, and you know, it was a situation where we got some timely goals too. You know, I thought Judd Caulfield had a really good game and stepped up in that game on the Pinto line, and guys just kind of contributing, you know, each one individually for the team win.
Penalties were an issue for you in game number 1 as you had to fend off 7 Maverick power plays. It was a similar story in game 2. Even though your team has played great this year, are the penalty minutes an area of concern?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to say concern. I think it's something that we need to probably address and shore up a little bit on. I know obviously the way we play the game, we're going to take maybe a 1 or 2 for sure a game, but you can't take 5 or 6 in a game. And it's a situation where we got to make sure that we're more disciplined in a few areas. I think keeping our sticks on the ice and not having hooks and slashes, I think those are ones that you can eliminate for sure. But, you know, it's a situation where, you know, we'll address it, and I don't think it's going to be a major concern going forward.
The Mavs went 1 for 7 on the power play on Friday, but they cashed in 3 times in 5 tries on Saturday, and that proved to be the difference in a 1-goal defeat. Your penalty kill's been great since mid-December, Brad. What happened in game number 2?
Well, I just think you know, we went down 2-0 to Omaha on the first period of the second night, and we made it 2-2. We came back to make it 2-2. We took a penalty, and they scored with 10 seconds left in the first period. You know, you get out of that period going down 2-2 after 1, you're in good shape, but now we have to chase the game a little bit more. So I think it's one of those things where we kind of shot ourselves in the foot a little bit of you know, getting back in the game and then letting it go a little bit. So I guess just making sure we're a little bit tighter in our details.
Yeah, UNO would get the 5-4 win to earn the series split, but your team fought hard until the final horn. Even in defeat, you had to be pleased with the resiliency and the effort that was shown from your group.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, just going through a game like that, it shows a little bit about your group. You know, if you're, you know, and you want to win games going from wire to wire, leading and then closing out games, but there's going to be situations where you're going to be trailing games and you want to see how your team responds. And I think that was a good body of work on how you see our team compete right to the very end. You know, putting up 47 shots. Their goaltender played very well in that game, made some huge key saves at key times, and knowing that you know, if we have to chase a game, which hopefully we won't in the future here, is to know we have the high battle level to try to come back and win a game.
Yeah, certainly. You split the series with this UNO team that you'll face 4 more times in the next month. What can you take away from this weekend that will factor in the upcoming games against the Mavs?
Well, I just think it's one of those things where, you know, again, the NCHC, you win the first game, the second game is always the toughest to win, and we've done that. We've swept a few series this weekend knowing how tough they are. But it's a situation we're coming down to now where we have 6 remaining games, 4 against Omaha, 2 against Denver. And it's one of those things when you win the first one, you got to make sure you are tight in the details and the structure that you want to get the second game. And again, you know, our ultimate goal is to win the national tournament, win the Penrose, win the national tournament. We have a lot of goals, but in order to do that, you have to win 2 games on a weekend, and we want to make sure that we keep doing that.
Your next opportunity to do so will be on February the 12th and 13th for a home series against Denver. What's the plan for the open week between now and then?
Well, I think first of all, to mend our bodies here a little bit. I think some guys are banged up here a little bit, not severely, but you know, some bumps and bruises from the physical side of it, and then also the mental side. You know, giving our guys a day and a half to get a reset, we call it here, where you know you get your body and your mind back to where you need it to be, so that we can kind of build our week leading up to playing Denver here. And I think it came at a good time. You know, we played 8 games after the Christmas holidays, and they were hard-fought battles, and now we get to reset here a little bit before we play our last 6 before playoffs.
Well, this is your last scheduled open week before those final 6 games of the regular season. Brad, best of luck utilizing that time as you prepare for the stretch run in your chase for another Penrose Cup.
Very much appreciate it, Alex. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Brad. When North Dakota Hockey Central returns, we'll check in with the newest addition to this UND roster from an upperclassman perspective. Sophomore Brendan Budy's in the spotlight right after this. back. This offseason, North Dakota added one player to their roster with previous NCAA experience in sophomore Brendan Budy. The former Denver forward is the latest on our list of new arrivals to the program to profile.
I'm Brendan Budy. I'm a forward from Langley, British Columbia, and I play for the University of North Dakota. It's a pretty beautiful place. It's right in Vancouver pretty much. There's a lot of nice mountains out there. It's right on the ocean, so there's a lot of nice stuff to do and a lot of sightseeing. So it's it's a pretty beautiful place, I think. It's a little different, but both my parents are actually from Winnipeg, so that's kind of similar to here. And growing up, I'd go to Winnipeg a lot and stuff. So I mean, I guess I'm used to it a little. It is a little different from Vancouver, but I'm a fan of it. My dad played hockey growing up. He played college hockey actually for Colorado College, which is unfortunate, but he played hockey his whole life. So when I was younger, he kind of got me into it, and yeah, I loved it ever since I started. I guess kind of growing up, like, when hockey started getting a little more competitive, when I was about probably 7 or 8, that's kind of when I figured that I was pretty good at it and that obviously I loved it a lot, so kind of wanted to carry on with it and, you know, go as far as I can. The most memorable game I think I've been a part of was 2017 at the World Junior A Challenge. We won gold medal for Team Canada West. Actually, one of our teammates, Reese Gaber, and Harrison Blaisdell and Jacob Bernard Docker, they were all there on the team too. And it's pretty cool. It was in Canada. It was a sold-out crowd, and it was against the United States, so it's always nice beating them. Yeah, obviously I have my dad and then my mom. And I have a little sister and an older sister, so kind of stuck in the middle between those two. And I also have a dog named Cooper. It's probably my favorite sibling. But yeah, I'd say I'm a peacemaker. I'd say I'm the easiest one for my parents to parent, and I think I'm the maturest one in the family. So outside of hockey, I like to hang out with my friends and my teammates, obviously, away from the rink. I like to play like outdoor sports. I like tennis and that type of stuff. And I'm a big water sports guy actually too. Back home I do a lot of like wake surfing, and I like to go on a boat and stuff. Golf's a pretty big thing on our team. I'm not the best golf player. I'll have to work on that. I don't know, I'm trying to think. There's probably a lot of things I'm not very good at, but I'm not the best cook. I've been trying to learn a little bit, obviously living alone now, but yeah, that's not my specialty really. Yeah, it's been different for sure. Obviously, most classes are online, so you don't really get the chance to like, meet everybody in class, and it's been a little different kind of coming to the rink, like the rules we have to follow and that type of stuff, but it's out of our control, and you know, I'm still enjoying every moment of it. It's been super fun since I've been here. Usually everyone calls me Boods, but here we've kind of had a little bit of a side joke. Some of the guys call me Gary. It's just a little nickname that we kind of picked up along the way, but yeah, kind of just those two. I'm Brendan Budy. I'm a forward from Langley, British Columbia, and I play for the University of North Dakota.
Budy is featured up and down the line chart and on the power play for UND this season, and that versatility will continue to pay dividends as his North Dakota career continues. Stick around, we will focus on the wider college hockey landscape and preview the weekend ahead in the NCHC right after this. Let's zoom in now on what's happening around the college hockey world, beginning with this week's USCHO.com poll. Boston College remains on top for a third week in a row, while former #1 Minnesota is now right behind them after moving up from 4 to 2 following a road sweep at Ohio State. UND moves down 1 spot to number 3 with St. Cloud State and Minnesota Duluth each moving up 1 place at Minnesota State's expense. The Mavericks lost 4-1 at Bemidji State this past Friday, their first loss since December the 6th. UND padded their lead in the Penrose Cup race over the weekend, and they've now all but guaranteed a home date for the NCHC quarterfinals. But the Chase Pack all have games in hand on the Fighting Hawks, and UMD and SCSU have a much easier road the rest of the way. The Bulldogs and Huskies only play the bottom 3 teams in the league until meeting each other on the final days in February. North Dakota will be watching the action around the league this weekend and would not mind seeing an upset or two. Duluth and St. Cloud host Miami and Western Michigan respectively, while Omaha travels to Denver to play a Pioneer team that dropped out of the rankings for the first time this year despite being idle this past week. UND might be off on Friday and Saturday, but this isn't a bye week by any stretch. This team is in deep preparation for a critical final 4 weeks of the regular season that will decide both the Penrose winner as well as seeding in the NCAA tournaments.
Going back home and having a few weekends at home is going to be huge for us. We've basically been on the road all year besides one weekend. So, and it's different to just be able to have the facilities we have after pregame skates and going to the gym and riding bikes and work out. It really makes a difference. So I think going home back to the Ralph will be good for us.
Even though we won't have a series to recap, we will still return next week at this time with a brand new episode of North Dakota Hockey Central. Until then, on behalf of our MidcoSN crew, I'm Alex Heinert. Thanks for watching.